What's up, just if you jump in the house, okay, this is for your man. This is for addressing women. Listen, there are two roads that you're going to take when you are making a decision every day in life. One is going to be rational, the other one irrational. The irrational is you're going to see a situation like your best friend and your boyfriend walking down the street. Okay, and this is for girls from junior high school up to however old you want to be. And irrational thinking of that situation, you're going to take a guess and you're going to say, oh, they're doing something. Of course, it's going to be the worst possible thing. And so the conclusion is going to be based off of the guess. They're doing something wrong. Then you're going to think of a reaction or a reaction. The reaction is going to be some image that you think of your head, whatever it is, and then you're going to think of it. You know, actually going to picture them making love or whatever they're doing, whatever you're thinking, that's what they're doing, and you're only thinking an image based off of your irrational guess or just your guess. You know, because you didn't ask them what's going on. Then because of that, once you think of your reaction, whatever it is, you're going to feel it with the emotions, and the emotions are nothing more than just your adrenaline and endorphins. Endorphins is a mild form of morphine that just raises your threshold of pain due to the extra stress that the adrenaline is putting on your body. If it wasn't for endorphins, you would feel that and it will hurt. Okay. And you'll get all drugged. It drugs you out. That's why they use morphine when people get into pain, because it hurt. It raises the level. It basically takes away the pain and stuff like that. It makes it so you don't feel it. But when it does, it drugs you out, and you're like, and that's what releasing. That's when endorphin does the exact same thing. Then once you release that. The endorphin, the adrenaline is going to go through, and that image that you already preset in your body for your body to do, then the adrenaline is going to fill it in, give it the energy, and it's going to do that. And then once you finish, the result is a crime, and a crime is basically a crime against yourself. You've halted for progress. So you can walk down the street and be on your way to go to college and take your test and be all happy and everything, and you see a boyfriend or some girl walking down the street, your best friend, and you walk over, what you doing, blah, 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 and y'all start fighting, the police come, you go to jail, you miss your test, bam, you messed up your whole career over what? A guess. Okay, a guess. You didn't even ask, okay? Or, even if you did ask, and whatever they tell you, you're not going to believe it. You're going to believe whatever their guess is, that guess is in your head, the image, So that's how you're going to mess up. Don't do that. What it is, you go about the rational way. You see them coming, you say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Don't say it in a provocative way. Say, oh, did you guys come for dinner? Or where you going? I'm going to take a test, And they say, oh, no, we're just talking and having fun. Leave it like that, because I'm going to tell you something. When your mind and your emotions, there is no connection. There is no direct connection at all. Nothing. Okay? There is nothing. Okay? No connection. Your feelings is something. It's just some whatever your feelings are, especially if it's something. It's just some image that you just create in your head, like TV. Just created your head, and you just animate it with the adrenaline and all that stuff. So when you have a problem, whatever they say, it doesn't matter, because there is no anything. People nowadays, we are all emotional, and emotion is just. There's the endorphins and endorphins and adrenaline and all these other different hormones that's in our body that stimulates our body and make us feel good, whatever, So the logic thing to do is say, hey, you have to understand that this guy, the only reason you love this guy is because of this image that you created of this guy. And whatever that image that you created, you energized it, you animated with the adrenaline and your endorphins, I believe, because you think it like he's so handsome or whatever, and you imagine you touching him and talking to him, or you going out, and while you animating this movie in your head, you breathe out your heart starts beating. That's endorphins. I mean, not endorphins, but that's just that adrenaline going through your body, and that's what it's made. That's what it's supposed to do. And then while it's doing that, the endorphins come in, and it gets sometimes to the point where you think about something so much, and you release so much because you release it yourself. Okay, you have control over the release of the adrenaline. They say it's due to stress, but what is stress? A lot of people say, "Oh, I got stress. I got stress." It's just pressure. It's just pressure. A deep voice can do the same thing. Barry White, when he goes in there and sing, the guy say, "Oh, I love when Barry White sings because it makes all the women so want them to get them so set, horny or whatever." But the guys don't realize is they're getting horny too. So a deep voice makes everyone get like that. And that's what a lot of black men say. I like women with deep voices. Why? It's not because they sound like a man. It's because the voice hits those same organs and release. When the bass comes, it hits everything. Bam! Everything releases at the same time. Okay? So you're thinking like, well, I like the feeling, and what am I supposed to do with the feeling? Blah, 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 blah. Well, there's other ways to release those feelings instead of creating these images, these silly images that's just going to get you in trouble. And it's called a foot massager. Okay, this foot massager in the middle, these things right here. I was at a friend's house and I used their this here. You sit in a chair. I got a foot massager video. You sit in a chair. You get back real relaxed. You put your feet on it and just move it on this part right here. You use socks, so to make it slide better. You need to put it on the rug or something so the machine on the bottom so it doesn't move. And you sit there and you get two of them and you rub it. The sensation, because of the vibrations that's going to go through your body, it's going to release everything, and you're just going to be like, ah, 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 ah. And I'm telling you, this thing will make you not want to have sex ever again because of the complications that people create just to even have sex. And then even when you do have sex, what are you doing anyway when you're having sex anyway? I know guys aren't doing, they're creating images, and I'm sure the women are too. They just think they're being selfish, basically. When you're having sex, you're just being selfish. You think of some image, maybe it's not even your guy or the girl you with, and then you got to keep thinking of this image, and you got to keep thinking of it so to keep you excited, so you're releasing all of this adrenaline and stuff, and you're going and you're going and you're going and you're going, and then you meet your climax and bam, then you finish. Well, you're all tired. Oh, that was good. I like the way you make me feel. But it's not the guy made you feel nothing. It's the image that you thought of where you gave you an excuse to release the adrenaline and endorphins. Endorphins, a drug, and just makes you feel good. So you get this machine. This machine will reduce crime in the neighborhood by about 90%. Okay, remember, your mind and your emotions are not connected at all. Your emotions are triggered by vibration. That's it. Vibration. Okay, and you have to think about that. Vibration releases your adrenaline. Okay, or you can do it yourself. All you gotta do is squeeze that organ or those glands and bam, everything's gonna release. Or you get right this and you start moving real fast, on it, your feet at different pressure. Oh my God, even this with my hand. This is, oh man. Oh, it feels so good. But I'm just saying, and in your whole body, it'll just, everything will perk up. You know what I'm saying? And so, this right here will reduce crime in jails, sexual crimes especially. Everybody will sit around and be all day doing this, day and night, in the hood and everything. Remember, your mind and your emotions are not connected. When you go to school, you young girls in the junior high school and stuff, or if your mother happens to let you watch this and you're in elementary or whatever, your father, your mind has a purpose, and is to absorb and learn and put things together, take things apart so you can create things. Your mind has nothing to do with your emotions at all. There is no connection. They're two separate, different things, and that is it. So when you're in school and you don't feel like studying. The reason you don't feel like studying is because you got to do homework, and we've been taught to let our emotions be the guide, or the judgment indicator, or however you want to call it, of whether you should do something or not. And that's not true. Your emotions are vulnerable to vibrations. Some guy can walk over to you and say, "Hey, I want to do this," and they start to touching you and stuff, and next thing you know, you feeling good. And you say, "Well, I know I don't want to, but I am feeling good." And we are taught, to go by the feelings. Okay, I guess it's good. So bam, you go and not use protection. Next thing children are good. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having children. Women, you can have children, however many men you want, just as long as you have the finances to take care of them. I really don't think it's anyone else's business, especially when that kid get older, and the mother did well. Then that kid can go tell that person to, go jump off the bridge, and then give them a massage, and they probably feel so good. Oh, you told me to go off the bridge. I feel good. Let me go do it. And anyway, but your mind. So when you're in school and you're in college and you have to do some studying, your mind is going to tell you, "Hey, do the studying." But what you're going to do is you're going to create an image, because you always got us, these movies about studying and kids in school, and kids like, "Okay, forget it," because you got these movies always saying, "Okay, well, forget it, I'm not going to study, I'll do it later, I can do it later, I can do it later." Or, they got these these programs where these kids are doing drugs and drinking and stuff. So you're thinking, "I'm tired, okay, let me go get a drink," and all you're doing is just using these images that's been put in your head to do something else, because you don't feel like doing it. And the reason you don't feel like doing it is because you create an image for you not to do it. You're actually, what you're doing is you're getting ready to go and you're going to do something. It doesn't matter what you're going to do. You're going to go do it. But because we've always been programmed to do things based on our feelings. So, okay, I want to study. You go, "Well, I don't feel like studying." Or in other words, you're saying, "I don't have this feeling in my body that tells me to study." You're not going to have a feeling, because intellectual processes and everything are not accompanied by emotional feelings. It's not accompanied by endorphins or adrenaline or whatever other chemicals, stimulating chemicals in the body. They're not doing it. Okay, it's not going to be accompanied by it. And I'm not saying that there are chemicals in our brain that makes our brain function and stuff like that, because I will tell you, I ate some chia seeds, and I was eating them, and one day my brain was just tingling, but that was my brain. But my thinking, the brain is a muscle, I guess. So but my thinking has nothing to do with it. But I was feeling like, whoa, what is this? But so when you go to study, there is no emotional pleasure in studying. There isn't. The only way it's going to do it is if you create it, and you have to release it, because without the flow of the stimulation, your body's not going to feel it. It's not going to get stimulated. It's just that simple. When you go to study and you don't understand things, then you say, "Oh, I don't understand it," and then you create the emotion, "Oh, this is boring." But what it is you create this image of boredom, and then you release the emotions and all that stuff. Remember, the feelings in your body, they're all the same. It never changes, never changes. The only thing that changes is the label. It's the same emotion that you have, you just label it with different names, but it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, no matter what you're doing, it's the same feeling, you just label it, and that's what's different. When you're in school, because I'm going to do this fast. When you're in school, the only problem you're going to have is vocabulary. You need to get a dictionary. Sometimes dictionary, the meanings of a word in the dictionary is too difficult, so you need a thesaurus. Thesaurus just giving you synonyms of giving you words that have the same meaning, and they're going to break it down all the way down to the hood words. It's going to break it all the way down, everything. We're going to have the black hood words in it, the white hood words in it, whatever, and it's going to be there. Use that. When you're studying math is nothing more than adding and subtracting. Multiplication is just adding the same number a whole bunch of times. That's why they give you a multiplication chart so you can memorize it. Okay, so you can memorize it and all that stuff. If you don't know the math is all about vocabulary. If you don't know the vocabulary, if you don't understand what a word means, you're not going to get the problem done. It's just simple as that. When you study, the whole purpose of studying is what? I want to make another video about that. Is to understand you. When you studying, you're understanding who you are, and you're developing yourself and your skills and your knowledge so that you can be a better you, so you can